Hey guys, what is going on? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video, and for today's video wanted to do a updated 53-man roster prediction. So I did a way too early one, and now I am doing one kind of after the first week of training camp. And then when it gets closer to roster cuts, we'll make our final predictions then. But I thought now's a good time after the first week of camp to kind of go through and talk about how I think the Jets roster is going to shake out with the 53 guys. So we will start with the quarterback position. I think the Jets finally carry just two quarterbacks in Rodgers and Zach Wilson. In the past, they've loved to carry three. Hell, they even carried four going back into the 2016 season, which was just absolutely wild. But practice squad, Boyle or Strevler, you know, whichever one, pick one out of the hat if need be. But you can't be rostering three quarterbacks when the Jets are going to have a really tough time narrowing this list down to 53. And that's kind of the theme that I wanted to get out here, is just how challenging, at least for me, it was to go through and figure out who's making it and who's not and narrowing this list down. I urge you to do it yourself too, because, one, I'm curious how yours shakes out. And number two, going through the process, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I didn't realize how hard it would be to go through and cut some of these guys out. So with that, Jets carry two quarterbacks. Running back room, I think the Jets carry four: Breece Hall, Michael Carter, Izzy Abanikanda, and I put Dalvin Cook / Bam Knight. I think it'll be one of those guys. If he signs this weekend, then I think Bam Knight will be the odd man out, unfortunately. If he doesn't sign, then I think they roll with Bam Knight there. But let's say they carry four running backs. I don't see a world where they carry five. Fullback, okay, so Bawden's been a really big storyline this offseason and in training camp, and I think he has a good shot to make the roster, but I put him as a no just because, again, when I got to the end, I was like, how am I going to carry all these people? So no Bawden. I think Jeremy Ruckert kind of plays that H-back role a little bit this year. That's what I'm going to end up with in my prediction anyway. So no Bawden. Right now you're at six guys. I think they carry six wide receivers: Wilson, Lazard, Davis, Hardman, Cobb, and Brownlee. That brings you up to 12. I think the only question mark is who's wide receiver 6, and my guy Jason Brownlee continues to show out week in and week out so far. Tight ends, I think they carry 4. I have Conklin, Ruckert, Uzama, and Kuntz as the 4 tight ends that they are carrying. I don't, unfortunately, think Kenny Yeboah sticks around. Maybe he's a practice squad guy. I don't think they're going to try to risk it with Kuntz, putting him on the practice squad, because I think someone will snag him. So I do think he makes the roster. Offensive linemen, I have them carrying 10, which brings you to 26 on the offensive side of the football. Those are Brown, Tomlinson, Tittman, McGovern, AVT, Becton, Turner, Schweitzer, Mitchell, and Warren as your 10 offensive linemen. That was a challenge. I don't see a world where they're carrying anything less than 10 offensive linemen because, once again, you need the depth. And on top of that, like, I don't see who's getting cut off this list. And there's other guys who could even potentially be there too, but they just have too many. Defensive line, I have JFM, Quinnen, Lawson, Jefferson, Johnson, Woods, Thomas, McDonald, Huff, and Clemens to bring you to 10. 10 on the offensive line, 10 on the defensive line. That is 36 total. Good Lord. Okay, we're getting close to the cap. We got to slow things up a little bit. Linebackers, I have the Jets carrying 4: Mosley, Williams, Sherwood, and Barnes, which means no Hamsman, Nasruddin, no, for this exercise, no Quan Alexander, but I think they really like Jamie and Sherwood, so I think that he ends up taking that spot. So carry 4 linebackers. Cornerbacks, I grouped these 6 together: Gardner, Reed, Carter, Hall, Eccles, Bernard, Converse. Those are my 6. Even Bernard Converse can also play safety, so he's going to kind of have multiple roles, which will lead me to carrying 3 safeties. More on that in a second. I did not list Hardy with the corners. I have him listed with the special teams guys, which we'll get to in a second. So that brings me to 46. Safety, I have them carrying 3 safeties: Amos, Whitehead, Adams. So there's no Trey-Dean, unfortunately. Tried to fit him in there, just did not work. I think Ashton Davis is a cut candidate. And as I mentioned, Bernard Converse can play safety. So he's like your 6th corner and 4th safety. So his versatility is a plus here. Special teams, Zerline, Morstead, Hennessy, the long snapper, and Hardy. That brings you to 53. Again, a tough challenge. Bawden, I think, is someone who has a chance to make it the fullback. Who gets bumped off on this list? Don't know. Really, Bryce Hall, maybe? Is that at the end of the line for Bryce Hall? I don't know. I still have him sticking around, but you can maybe sell me on that it's the end of the line there. Brandon Eccles is suspended for the first game, so maybe they keep him off the 53 initially. We'll see how they end up shaking this thing out, but I thought it was worthwhile at this point in the offseason and at this point in the first week of training camp to take a look at how the 53-man roster is looking. So let me know your thoughts on mine, and then also, number 2, let me know what yours looks like. Sound off in the comments. I'm Matt. I'll catch you next time.